Okay. Okay. So let's see here. Let me log into my CRM really quick here. Let's pull up this lead and let's give the seller a call. I don't think this one is a deal, but at least when I get on the phone, you guys will get a lot of value out of it. So if you get a lot of value out of this, make sure you boom, smash that thumbs up. If you're new to the family, be sure to boom, smash that subscribe button, and then give this video a share. Also, too, is I'm gonna go into, I get a lot of people are complaining about the current market. I understand, I understand what's going on with the market, but you cannot control the market. You see, the problem is not in the market. The problem is that you're not making at least $20,000 to $100,000 a month. Because if you're able to make $20,000 to $100,000 a month, the market wouldn't be your problem. The problem that inflation has gone up, but your skill set has remained the same for the past 5 or 10 years. So I'm going to show you how to make $20,000 a month after I'm done with this call. Because all it takes, one deal a month, my friend, and I'm going to show you how it's done. So let's get started. Let me call the seller. I'm so happy that, dude, I am so happy that 99 of you that are here with me. We usually don't get this much people on live, but I'm excited because it's always fun when there's a lot of people, It's just like when you go to a party. And if there's only 5 people that shows up, you'll be like, dude, come on, man. Shit, bro. You don't want to be there. So, okay, let me see here. Angeline, the one who sent me this. Hold on a second. I'm going to double check the lead. Okay, so Geek Harbor. Okay, this is the one. Leon. Okay, hold on a second. Let me call the seller. Lee, man, I got to call my VA because I don't know how to pronounce his name. Hold on a second. So this comes to show you that obviously you don't have to be highly educated, right, to actually make $20,000 a month or $100,000 a month. If I can do it, you can too. Because I can't pronounce his name.
Hi, Khang.
Angeline, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Angeline, how do I pronounce the seller's name? Lee, I can't. Leonard.
Yes.
My VA all have, dude, they all have a degree. They all have a college degree. So they're very, very smart. And they're working for a high school dropout. So that comes to show you that a piece of paper does not dictate, how much you make, how successful you can be, and what you can and cannot do for a living, man. I mean, I don't think I can be a doctor, but I can hire a doctor,
Hello?
Hello, good morning, happy Tuesday. Is this Leonard?
Yes.
Hi, Leonard. My name is Khang. I'm one of the purchase manager calling you back regarding about you're interested in selling your property at 1704.
Yep.
Great. Am I catching a good time, Leonard?
Yes.
You got a few minutes, right?
And it's pronounced Leonard.
Leonard.
Yes.
Okay, I am so sorry. I'm just terrible with name and.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So Leonard, Mike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review all the information that we have on the property with you really quick, just to make sure that we have everything is correct, and then I'll be able to kind of share with you where we're at in price, and obviously, hopefully, we can come together on something that's fair, that work for you and work for us, and be able to move forward to buy your property today. Okay.
All right.
Fantastic. How's your Tuesday going so far?
It's going well. Let me put you on speaker here.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay. All right, let it rip.
All right, let it rip. Let's rock and roll. So in case we get disconnected, this is the best number to call you back on, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, my question is that besides getting the right price, what is the reason that you would consider selling this property? God damn, I forgot how to pronounce his name.
I need to sell it, but I would like to sell it quickly, but
Sure.
I have to get the right price for it.
Absolutely, I understand. And when you mention quickly, like, what's your time frame looking like?
I'm willing to sell it within a month.
Okay. So basically, closing 30 to 45 days or sooner, would that be okay with you?
Yep.
Fantastic. So let me review some information on the property really quick here with you. So it's a 4-bed. The girls didn't put in how many bath. I think she accidentally deleted or something. How many bathroom?
4.
Okay, so it's 4 bed, 4 bath, 3,000 square feet, 3-car garage. Okay. So, Leonard, what's your game plan after you sell the property?
I don't know why that matters, but that's kind of my business, not yours, sir.
Got it. Okay. The reason I asked you that question, because I know sometimes if we give you a cash, I know some homeowner will be like, hey, you know what? I'm worried about paying, capital gains on the amount of, the cash that they receive. So we will work out another deal with them where it will make sense. So that's why I asked. But if you just want to be cash out and you're going to take that cash and go buy another piece of property, that's fine too.
That's the plan.
Got it. Are you going to still be staying in Washington State, or are you tired of the rain and just want to get away?
Nope. I plan on moving.
Somewhere warmer?
Texas.
Oh, Texas. Texas are nice. But what I heard, actually the wife and I, we were planning to actually buy a house in Texas just because of what I've seen on social media. Houses like here, you here for, I don't know, $300,000-$400,000, you can't really buy a decent house. But in Texas, it's almost like a mansion.
Yep.
But you got to watch out for the property tax, though.
Yeah, but they have no income tax. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. And then you also got to watch out for the tornado and the hurricane.
Oh, of course. But there you have to watch out for earthquakes and volcano eruptions. So every place has a negative, brother.
That is correct. I've heard people said that Mount Baker or Mount Everett or Mount Baker is due for an eruptions, and I am worried because we live pretty close by. I think we live in Bellingham, so it takes us maybe 40 minutes or so to get up there.
Yeah, if you live in a neighborhood with signs that say Bahar evacuation route, then you need to get your ass out of there, bro.
Yeah, that's why we're planning to buy a house in Florida. But then I'm afraid of the alligator.
I wouldn't worry about them. They don't sneak up on you too quickly.
Got it. Okay, so let Mike. Is there a mortgage that we would need to pay off on the property?
Well, there's a mortgage that needs to be paid off. Yes.
Okay, and how much is it?
Well, you give me a check, I'll make sure it gets paid off.
Gotcha. And the reason why we ask that question.
I'm interested in your offer before
Sure.
I get that information, sir.
Not a problem. And the reason why I asked you that questions is just so that, if we know how much the mortgage is and then how much we're going to pay you for, I can actually let you know, hey, exactly what the walkaway would be. So that way there won't be any surprises at the closing table for you. That's all.
Yeah, I have an MBA. I can figure that out.
Sure. Not a problem. So let me see here. So there would be a mortgage that we would need to pay it off. As far as in repair goes, do you know what kind of repair updates or work we have to do to this property after we buy from you?
The only thing that might have to be done.
God, it's so hard for me to talk because his name is just so hard to pronounce.
How long it lasts is the roof.
Got it. Okay.
But
So
it's in good shape. It's in good shape right now.
Nice.
But, prior good preventive maintenance would require it to be replaced in several years.
Leonard, and also too is so the electrical, the plumbing, all those has been updated and they're all good. Sky, thank you so much, Leonard.
200 amp lines.
Okay, nice, 200 amp.
There's nothing wrong with the plumbing.
Okay, good. And I'm sorry, Leonard, what year the house is built?
2002.
Oh, okay, so it's fairly new. Got it. Okay, because we usually buy houses that are in the late 90s, 80s, 70s. So 2002 is it's pretty new for us. So as far as in repair goes, you said the only thing that needs to be done is possibly the roof.
Yes.
Okay. The kitchen has granite countertop, stainless steel appliances, I figure.
Kitchen has a.
Thank you so much, whoever just helped me out. Leonard.
I forget what you call it, but it's got a plywood.
Like, you guys think that I joke when I say I'm a high school dropout and I'm like not the smartest dude? Bro.
It has a marble center working station.
Got it. Okay, great.
And the eating area around the kitchen is tiled in a nice dark tile.
Nice. Okay. And have you got an estimate on how much it would cost us if we were to replace the roof?
I do not.
Okay.
Last time I checked, which was a couple of years ago.
Remember, you always want to ask the seller.
I don't know, about 25.
Okay.
But I don't know what it is now.
Got it. So about 25K some time ago. Got it. Okay. Well, Leonard, I mean, for us, what we are willing to buy the property in an as-is condition. So I mean, whatever work that needs to be done, the goal is to make.
I'll sell it.
What's that?
That's the only way I'll sell it.
Yep. So, I mean, that's the only way that we would like to buy it. It's just buy it in an as-is condition. We want to make, this a hassle-free sale for you. So when you do move, you take whatever you want with you, whatever you don't want, you can leave it behind. We'll take care of it. With that being said, I'm just kind of want to know from you is what are you hoping to get for the property?
Well, I had it looked over about 2 months ago. I know exactly what the property's worth.
Oh, nice.
I'd like to get $875 for it.
$875 for the property?
Yep.
Okay. And what is the property worth?
Well, last time I checked the mortgage site, it was worth about $940.
Like, this seller's not motivated. I know. Got it. Okay. So it's about okay. So you figure that in an as-is condition, it's worth about $940,000. And
that's what my mortgage company says.
I see. Okay. But you haven't run like a CMA on it.
I don't know what a CMA is.
Gotcha. Basically a market analysis, just so you kind of know like exactly what it really sell for when we put on the market.
I've not done that in over
Sure.
a year.
Got it. Okay. So just from the mortgage is so 940,000, and you're looking to get $875 for it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay. So if you were to list the price, have you spoke to a real estate agent yet?
Not in over a year.
Got it. Okay. But if you were to list the property, you would list it at $875.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Lena, would it change anything if I can get my company? I'm not saying that I can, but if I can get my company to take care of all the closing costs and all the fees for you, so which means there will be no realtor commissions, no closing cost fees that you have to pay.
You can deduct 3% from that.
Okay, so you would say, okay, so 875 minus 3%. So we're talking about, so you would want to get about 848. Let's just say 849. I'm just going to round up.
All right.
So 849,000 is the least that you would consider selling the property for?
That's what I'm asking for, yes.
Got it. Okay. Well, I mean, if we come in all cash and we can close on the date of your choice, what's the best you'd be able to do for us?
Well, I'm going to tell you 849. You tell me the best you can do.
Got it. Okay. Well, I mean, here's kind of where we're at. So after some research on the property, and I understand that if the price doesn't make sense for you, there's no reason why you would sell it, but you would like to sell it if we can come to an agreement on a fair price, because it seems like you just like this to be a hassle-free sell and sell it in an as-is condition. You not have to do any kind of repairs or fix up. But for us, for it to make sense for us, as in investors, we're more down at like 675,000. And that's because we know that the property it doesn't worth $940,000 like the mortgage company said. Not in today's market. So would you consider 675,000 with us paying all the closing costs, all the fees, and taking over the property as is?
I would not. I
Okay.
consider 800.
You would consider 800,000. Would you be able to do? I mean, gosh. Yeah, I don't. That's not going to leave us with any room. So, because we figure if we buy it, Leonard, if we buy it at 800,000, you know, we come in. So that's 800,000 minus the 3%, or 800,000 with us paying the closing costs.
With you paying the closing costs.
So 800 with us paying the closing costs. So if I take 800,000 plus the 3%, so we would be out of pocket right around 824. And let's just say we're going to spend, you know, that 25K. I'm sure we'll probably have to freshen the property up, have to do a little bit painting, clean the floor, landscaping.
The inside was painted within the last 3 years.
Uh-huh.
The outside was painted 2 years ago.
Okay.
And the landscaping is in outstanding condition.
Nice. Okay. So the only thing we would come in and have to put in the roof. So if I take 824 plus a 25K that we put on the roof, now we're at 849. So if we're at 849, you know, for us, we actually looked at the property. You know, we estimated in top condition, this property would be right around 825,000 if we were to list it with an agent.
Uh-huh.
So as you can see, I mean, we already $25,000, you know, loss. Even, but even if we, I'm just going to say this, even if we were to be able to list the property at the price of 940,000, I just kind of want to let you know kind of where we're at. Even at 940,000, we would have to pay, you know, the realtor commissions, the closing cost fees. Now that we become, you know, obviously the seller, typically that's going to cost us about 10% in closing cost fees. Now we're back at 846. So even at that, we still lost $5,000. And as you can see, why this doesn't make sense for us as an investor. So,
well, I get that, but I'm not willing to have you make $200,000 on the thing either.
No, and I understand. And our goal is not to make $200,000. I mean, we estimate that the property's going to, you know, list for, if we spend everything at 825. So we figure if we list it at 825, we come in and get someone and pay, you know, full market value for it minus 10%. That put us at the best for us is 772. All right. So if we buy it at 675 plus we pay all the closing costs, all the fees, 3%, we'll be out of pocket right around 695,000. And then we got to spend another $25,000. So 695 plus the 25,000, that put us 720,000. So if you take 720 minus 742, that give us about, you know, a $22,000 gain if everything goes perfect as planned. And for us to, you know, put up $700,000 up at risk and potentially to make $22,000, you know, in gain, I don't think for us is an unreasonable ask. But I can understand.
Send me your offer, sir. I'll consider it.
Okay. Well, so before I'm going to drop the agreement and send over to you, I just want to make sure that we're not wasting each other's time. Like, I love to get this deal done with you, Leonard. But if you know, if it doesn't make sense for you already, there's no reason why I need to drop the agreement, send it over to you. My question to you is that if I can get my team manager to be like, hey, you know what, 675, we take care of all the closing costs, all the fees. I can get, you know, the purchase and sale agreement drawn up and sent over to you within the next 10 to 15 minutes. And we are going to use the local title company to close on this transaction. So that way, you know, you're protected as a seller. Whereas a buyer, we're protected as well, because all we want is a clear title to the property. You'll be able to go to the title company, sign up, you know, sign the final paperwork. They'll go over all the number with you, Leonard, just to make sure that you are protected and you're getting exactly what is agreed upon. So my question to you is, before I even go through all that work and drop an agreement with you, if we can, if we can take care of all the closing costs, all the fees, and pay you $675,000 for the property, are you ready to get the paperwork done and sell your property?
I'll say it one more time. Send me your offer.
Right.
With all of that detailed out on it. What you're paying in closing fees and
Yep.
all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I'll consider it.
Okay. So I would put on there, so the closing day would be 30 to 45 days or sooner. And then I'll make sure that on there that we're buying the property as is. We're paying all the closing costs, all the fees. When can, so Leonard, when can we,
detail what the fees
Yep.
would be.
I will do. And I
So
can,
have a full
Yep.
financial disclosure
sure.
of what's going on.
Yep. And I will also too is, if you need it, I can also include it in there, our escrow agent. So you can call them up and ask them for, you know, for all the closing costs and all the fees, just so you know that everything is going to be taken care of, just like what we've talked about. But the only thing, yeah, so Leonard, the only thing left I need is I need to put an expired date on the purchase and sale agreement. Do you know roughly when you'll be able to review it, sign, and get it back to us?
Put whatever expiration date you want on it.
Okay.
And if I'm unable to meet that date, then I'll have your information, and we can always call you back, and you can change the dates and resend me the paperwork.
Got it. So the best thing that I can do is, and we typically only do it for 48 hours. Is that okay with you?
That's fine. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. I'll get that sent over to you. And then if you have any questions or anything like that, please don't hesitate to text me or call me. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Leonard. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's how you do it. So a lot of times he seemed not interested. So what you want to do in this case is just drop the agreement, send it over to him. So because he's a type of person that probably doesn't like to be pushed. You know, if I push him anymore, if I'd be like, hey, you know what? If the 675 doesn't sound like it's going to work, you know, you can just let me know. And then, you know, like if I push him anymore, it's just going to turn out to be like, he's going to hang up on me. Now he just doesn't want to do the deal anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'd rather now drop the agreement, send it over to him. And then I just kind of let him review it. And then, because he's not extremely motivated. All right. And for us at this price, you know, I mean, it's probably going to be a $25,000 wholesale fee. All right. If we do get the price that we want. So what I'm going to do is, instead of pushing the seller to close on the call, I'm going to drop the agreement, send it over to him. And then maybe I'll call him later at night and I'll be like, hey, Leonard, dude, the hardest thing for me on this phone is that I just don't, it's just so hard for me to pronounce his name. And I'm just so terrible. And when it's like that, it's just hard for me to talk because I'm so used to talking and calling people by their name. I'm just not used to saying sir or ma'am. And maybe I just have to learn how to adjust a little bit, but I just don't like to call people sir and ma'am, you know? So anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my VA drop the agreement, send it over to him, and then I'll call him later tonight. And here's what I'm going to say to him. I say, hey, just want to check in, see if you have received the agreement. All right. And I want to let you know, whatever his name is, right? Hey, if 675 is not going to work, just let me know right now. Right. So that way, you know, but if it sounds like if something's going to work for you, but if you have some issue with, you know, the purchase and sale agreement or anything that's in the contract that's not, you know, that doesn't work out, hey, just, you know, text me or call me back and let me know. So that way I can call him later and then push him. Instead of pushing him on one call, I can call him later and then see if that 675 really worked for him or not. That's what I would do on this deal. Okay. So I hope you guys learn a lot from that, but that's how you kind of negotiate. So you don't just get on the phone. Like most seller, like this seller seems like he's a little bit more, educated than the normal seller that you would probably talk to, right? Because he knows about the closing costs. He's like, hey, just take 3%. Hey, he knows that when we go and list the property, I told him we 10%. Because there's going to be, you know, 6% in realtor commissions. There's going to be, you know, another 3 to 4% in closing costs and the miscellaneous and all of that. So when you talk to a seller that's more educated, obviously you got to sound like what you're talking about. But when you want to get the seller, when he is a number guy, what you really want to do is you really want to go through the number with him, just like I said, hey, if we offer you at this price, because the seller think, well, if I sell for $675 and you saying the property is going to sell for $825, bam, like he's like, I don't want you guys to make $200,000, right? So that's why you got to go through the number and start minusing all these costs, because most sellers don't know that there's all these costs that's included. And then when they do see the number, they realize that, damn, okay, well, I was off. You guys don't make that much. That's the problem when they know that you make a lot, right? But then when you go through the number with the seller, they realize that, damn, okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to do, okay? So now let's talk about, I'm going to answer any question you guys got. Eric said, dude, great call. Good way to stay in the call and get him in the low bear. Like at least, so the reason I got on this call, because I know that the seller's not motivated. Like when you have been in the game for like 12 years, when you talk to thousands of sellers, you can really qualify a seller within like a couple, like I would say less than a minute. You would have qualified the seller. Like you wouldn't know like if this seller is motivated or not motivated to sell. Like you would know that if this seller is reasonable, right? Can you work with this? Can this seller be a potential deal or not? But when you're new into the game, it takes you longer than that. The reason a lot of time when I'm on a call and I know that the seller's not motivated and I am, and I spent 15 or 20 minutes with them is because it's for, obviously it's for social media. I want you guys to learn something from the call. And I want you guys to, learn how to overcome all these things that the seller asks. Because a lot of you, I think your biggest problem is when you get on a call with the seller, you don't know what to say. You don't have to overcome the objection. And you don't know how to like close them. All right. You're just so busy selling. You don't have to close. Selling is one thing, but closing them is completely different. You don't know how to get them to come off on price. It's not about, hey, what's the lowest you can do? But as you can see, I give him a reason, right, to come down on price. If we buy as is, if we pay all the closing costs, and if we got, we close with cash. So all of those things that you got to understand. Rada said he's not going to budge. So I mean that's all you can do. So let's just say we send the let's just say that we drop the purchase and sale agreement. We send it over to the seller, and the seller be like, "Yeah, 675 is not, it's not going to work." That's fine. I would put him on a follow up, and then just follow up with the seller. He might say no now, but 30 days later, 60 days later, the key with the seller is that he is motivated to sell. I ask him, "Hey, you ever, consider listing?" No, he doesn't want to. He only wants to sell the property in an as-is condition and doesn't seem like he wants to list it with an agent. So he'd rather go this route instead of the other route. Make sense? Okay, so let's go back to the board. Comment in the chat and let me know who here makes $20,000 a month. So many of you are complaining about the market, inflation, and all of that. But regardless of how much you complain about it, you cannot control the market. The only thing you can control is how much you make. You can always learn how to make more. All right? Go back to what I was saying at the beginning. The problem is inflation has gone up, but your skill set has remained the same for the past 5 to 10 years. That is your problem. So a lot of you, what you need to do is you need to increase your skill set. And you'll be like, well, Khang, I don't know what to do. Well, I'm going to show you how to make $20,000 a month. And it is not that hard. $20,000 a month, my friend, all you need to do is one wholesale deal. Just one. All you need is one wholesale deal a month. And to get that, all you need is a list. Okay? You need to get a list between 1,000 to 5,000. I would say a list of targeted, motivated seller between 1,000 to 5,000 people that you can call or you can send direct mail, whatever it is. But at least that much that you can hit. And it all depends on how good you are on the phone. And you need to talk to at least, I would say you need to talk to at least 100 to 300 people, just like the conversation that we had. So even if they're not super motivated, but if you can talk to at least 100 to 300 people, out of that, you can get one deal done. So the question you got to ask yourself is, how many of you have this big of a list? How many of you have talked to 100 to 300 people? Because if you haven't, then that's your problem. And if you pull a list of up to 5,000 people and you still can't talk to 100 to 300 people, then you need to obviously increase the list up to 10,000. Make sense? I mean, it's a volume game. It's a numbers game. So a lot of you is that you're not talking to enough sellers. Okay? And you'll be like, well, Khang, I don't know what list to target. And a lot of you, you're doing a lot of work, but you're also targeting the wrong types of people, types of seller that are not motivated to sell. Okay, so I'm going to give you a hack. Okay, so here's the software that I use where I can go in literally in any city, any states, any zip code, one click of a button, and I can pull any list I want. Pre-foreclosure, tax liens, tax delinquents, probate. Okay, but what's crazy is that the software actually lets you know 90 days before anybody gets into a financial situation, 90 days before they get into pre-foreclosure. So you can hit them before any other investor gets to them. But guess what? I think it's a better thing that here's what you need. Here's actually better. Here's what you need to do. For those of you who be like, hey, Khang, I want to get into the game. I want to learn this. I highly recommend consider joining my 3-day challenge masterclass. Go to WTM3day.com. I pin it right there. Literally take you through day one. Basically have to leverage that software, what list to pull, have to list stack, so that way we're targeting the low-hanging fruits. People that are like maybe the property's vacant, but it also has tax liens, and it's a divorce situation, right? So that way now you have a more of a narrow and a laser target people that you can hit. I'm going to show you how to turn a $100 investment into $20,000 a month. Like when you know what to do with the right software, it makes things a little bit easier. All got left is you just have to do the work. Day 2, I'm going to show you what marketing to hit them with and how to negotiate. Like, how do we get on the phone? What do we say? How do we overcome a certain objection and lock them up? And then day 3 is I'm going to show you using the same software, how you can literally go on there, put in the property address, and get hundreds of cash buyer at your fingertips. So now that you got a deal, well, where do we find the buyer? I got you. In the 3-day challenge, that's what I do. Okay? So just go to WTM3day.com. So let me answer any question you guys got. Bam, bam, bam. Well, that's pretty much it. Okay, and all you need to do is one deal a month. And the average deal, once again, is $20,000. And let's just say this. Let's just say that you don't, let's just say that you can't close one deal a month. What if you do one deal every 3 months? So even just one deal a quarter. And I'm talking about, dude, you got 3 months to do it. What if you do one every 3 months? That's $80,000 that you can stack on top of whatever you're currently making. So let's just say if now you make, let's just say you make $60,000 a year at the JOB. What if you can bring in an extra $80,000 just wholesaling on the side? Because you got 3 months to do it. So you can continue to live off of this $60,000 JOB income. Don't increase your lifestyle, and dude, just stack 80K away. And then take this $80,000 and then start buying some investment property to build up your long-term wealth. Make sense? Like I put out a video where I was telling this Uber guy, he picks me up at the Ferrari dealership. We got in the car, we started to talk. We were talking about, drop shipping and all kinds of stuff. So he asks, what do I do? So for, me, man, instead of giving him a simple question, I'm just a real estate investor. Like I really want to help the guy out. Because he said, hey, I got kids. I got, you know, my wife, she's a stay-at-home mom. You know, I'm doing all of this. You know, like he's working really, really hard to be the breadwinner, right? As a man, to support the family. And I say, dude, maybe sometimes you're working too hard. You're working too hard on the wrong thing. So I said, hey, you continue doing your Uber, but when you're driving around, you're picking people up, you can also talk to people. Hey, ask them, hey, you know, I also work with a group of investors. We also flip houses in the area. Do you know anybody that, you know, have a house they want to sell for cash? Dude, why not? You're killing two birds with one stone. You're picking up people and you're planting the seeds. And if you're driving around, I said, all you need to do is here's another thing. So let's just say that you guys don't want to use the software. Maybe you don't have the money for it. Okay? But what if I told him all he needs to do is find 10 rundown houses per day? That's all you need to do, my friend. Find 10 rundown houses per day. That's 300 houses a month. Trust me, you can find 10. Don't come in, don't run to the chat, all right, and say, Khang, I can't find time. Once again, you're either making money or you're making excuses. Do you want to make an extra $100,000 a year? Then, dude, figure it out. There's plenty of rundown houses. Okay? So all you need to do is find 10. Out of these 300 houses, you take the property address. I told him, I said, dude, just take the property address, go to skip and flip.com. Skip trace the address and then call this owner up. Or you can send them a text message. Simply say, hey, my name is Bob. I'm interested in buying your property in an as-is condition. I want to make you a free, no risk, no obligation cash offer. No realtor commission, no closing costs you have to pay. If you're interested, give me a call or text me back. And bam. And I said, oh, that's all you need to do, dude. You go home, boom, boom. Just text the 10 people a day. That's all you need to do. Right? Skip trace the address, get their number, call them up, or you can text them. And dude, out of 300, I said out of 300, bro, you should get one deal, bro. And I said, dude, that's all you need, bro. $20K that you can make a month. Dude, that's $240,000 on top of whatever he's making with his Uber. And you see, and then you take the money that you make from this wholesaling, dude, just start parking it. Just start buying up some real estate. Because if you don't, then you're starting to paying a lot of, you know, then if you don't, then you're going to pay 40% to Uncle Sam. So $240,000 minus 40%, because now you start making a lot of money. Dude, so you're paying $96,000, right? In taxes to Uncle Sam. Make sense, guys? So I told him, dude, so the whole goal is, hey, you got to get rich first. Get that active income up and then start, you know, building up your wealth. Because the goal is, hey, how can we keep more money in our pocket? So instead of paying $96K to Uncle Sam, dude, you take the $96K and you just park it in here. And then in the next 10, 15 years, right, that how much ever house that you're buying it for, let's just say this is worth $200,000, bro. It's going to be worth $400,000. If it's $400,000, it's going to worth $800,000. $800,000 is going to worth 1.6, because real estate double every 10 to 15 years. But I would say the goal for 99% of you right now is to get your active income up. So listen to me here. When you're debating, hey, Khang, should I hold or should I wholesale? Simple answer. Do you want the cash today or do you rather get the cash in the future? As simple as that. Do you need the money today? If you need today's money, you wholesale. If you rather get future money, you hold. It's that simple. Okay? Okay, what other questions that you guys got? Okay, once again, now for those of you, if you're like Khang, I've been watching you for a while. I still need help. I need some hands-on coaching, mentorship. I really want to work with you and your team. I want to help, start and build my wholesaling operations. And you need some hands-on coaching or mentorship. Just go to coachwithkhang.com. fill out the application, book a call with my team. Love to help you from where you are, getting you to where you need it to be. Because I know for some of you, watching some YouTube video, listening to some podcasts is not enough. And that was me. I'm the type of person that needs that hands-on coaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need someone to tell me, okay, you know what? Here's my budget. Here's what you need to do. Go do it. And then you run into a problem, come back. Tell me what problem you run into. I'll tell you what to do, how to fix it. Now go do it. That's why having a mentor is just way better. It cuts down the learning curve because you have somebody that you can run to and get an answer. Ronnie said, reading your book, and you mentioned your team will help with closing. That is correct. So if you're a part of my academy, let's just say if you got a seller and you be like, hey, you know what? I need someone to help me get on the phone and try to see if, we can lock these seller up. We got people that are in the community that will get on the phone, that will help you close the seller. So you guys can start, JVing deals together, doing deals together, if that's your problem. We have people that's in the academy that have found partnership, that are doing JV deals, that are like, hey, I got a house here. It's not in my states. Can someone go out there and set up the show, facilitate the showing and all that? And that's the key of being a part of a community. You'll be able to leverage other people, all the resources, and do deals with each other. It's just a great environment to be a part of, when you're surrounded with like-minded people who's going the same way that you want to go. Build a successful wholesaling business. Sketch it. I'm gonna join the mentorship. Let's rock and roll, baby. And let's go get this. Moni, dude, I'm excited to see you in there. Ronnie said, is it only for those who's in the academy? Ronnie, that is correct. That is correct. What other questions? Peter said, how much money you make from coaching on YouTube and websites you built? So, Peter, how much money you make from coaching and YouTube? YouTube doesn't pay me much. Here, let me pull up my phone. For those of you who think like, because I have X amount of subscribers that I make a lot of money from YouTube ad, you know what's sad about my YouTube? What's sad about my YouTube channel is that when I changed my YouTube name, because it used to say Wholesale to Millions, right? That's the business name, right? That's the coaching name. And all of a sudden I changed it to, Real King Kong. Now I felt like I'm starting all over again. And I'm not gaining any subscriber for the last years. All I've been getting is negative. Look at that. Negative 161 subscribers so far. And I make, here, I know some of you want to see this. I love seeing people's number and how much they make as well. So I don't blame you. I don't care about people pocket watching. But currently I make $709. So roughly in a month, I make roughly about $1,000 just from YouTube ad. Coaching, we're doing about 6-figure a month. Affiliate. So when you say a website, it's affiliate. Affiliate, I think we're doing about, I would say about 50,000 a month. I honestly, I don't mind sharing. Like, I don't mind sharing all the numbers with you because I'm that type of guy. Like, if you want to ask how much I make, I'm cool with telling you exactly how much I make, right? Whether you think that's a lot or whether you think that that's little, I'm cool with it, right? I tell people that, hey, I went from a guy that's a high school dropout with -0, right, with no money to my name, to now worth $10 million. Some people are like, oh, damn, Khang, yeah, baby. And other people be like, dude, that's nothing. I don't know why he brag about it. Shit, right? So you see, to me, it's people that, to me, dude, to me being here where I'm at with making as much as I am currently making, bro, I used to make $8.50 an hour. I used to live in a shed behind a mobile home park. So that's why the people who started from the bottom, they're extremely grateful for everything that they got. They're just, I think that you just much more happier than being born in a rich family and then getting everything handed to you, because you can't see that you started out here and then now you like here. You know, I remember I went and visited my mom, and I told my mom that, you know, there are people who want to like book a call with me, that they will pay $1,000 for 1 hour of my time. I even told my mom that I don't even accept those. Right? My 1 hour is two G's. I'd rather spend, 1 hour creating a piece of content where I can reach millions of people versus spending 1 hour. Someone paid me $1,000 and I took my 1 hour and I spent with them. And so the return is $1,000. Make sense? So I want you guys to think about your time versus how much you can get from your time. So, I don't think I ever share this, but my time right now is, I consider $2,000 an hour. For those of you who wants like a consultation, I'm not going to even talk about that. Okay. But $2,000 an hour. So let's just say 1,000. If I take 1,000 for my 1 hour, I can create a piece of content and probably reach at least 100,000 people. If you haven't seen my video on like Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, dude, I get some millions of views. So if I can spend the exact same 1 hour instead of making $1,000, what if I spend the exact same 1 hour, create a piece of content that can get at least 100,000 eyeballs? So instead of spending 1 hour with one person, I'm spending 1 hour with 100,000 people. And then all I need to do is, out of that, dude, even 1%, invest into whatever it is, that piece of content I promote. Dude, I'll make more than 1,000, bro. Makes sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, so, talking about like how much you make per hour versus what you do. So in my area, right? So when you're driving down to like Bellevue, which is where the rich people is, right? When people ask me, so Khang, where I live, I always tell people that I live in I live in the blue collar, right? Where houses are cheaper, right? I said, I'm not rich enough. I'm not a bowler enough to go down to Seattle, but in there, when you go down to Bellevue, where all the rich people is, there is a lane. It's called, obviously, the express lane, where you got to pay, right, to be in that lane. Unbelievable, dude. Like, I love it, but unbelievable to how many of these people that are willing to be stuck in traffic and not pay $5 for, I call it the bowler lane. Dude, why are you not willing to spend $5 to be in the bowler lane so you can pass traffic, man, and get to where you needed to be? If you're stuck in traffic, dude, if you don't want to pay $5, and if you're stuck in that traffic for 30 minutes, bro, how much does your time actually worth? So I don't know why people think like that. And also, too, is people going to Costco. Dude, wait to get gas just because gas is what? I don't know. I've never get Costco gas. What? 3 cents, 5 cents, even 5 cents cheaper? And they're waiting in line just to save 5 cents? Come on, man. Shit, bro. You see, it all comes down to is mindset problem. They're so focused in saving instead of, hey, dude, I can take that same amount of time, bro, and I'll make more than 5 cents, baby. Dude, you can stand at a corner and make more than 5 cents. Homeless people make more than you. Come on, man. Shit, bro. So Angel said, can you briefly explain to me what I do if the seller has a mortgage? How do I handle this? Oh, dude, I can certainly explain that. And here's the reason why you want to ask the seller for the mortgage. The reason why you want the seller, like earlier, I don't know how much that seller owes. Because if you know how much the seller owes, you can use that to your advantage, which means you know how low you can get them to come down to. That's the number one why it's important to get the mortgage. So right? If you know that if they owe $100,000 on that property, instead of offering them $150,000, dude, you know that you can come down to, hey, let's start at $110,000. So they can walk away with $10,000, which means they're still walking away with something in their pocket. So which means knowing how much they owe give you the upper hand when it comes to negotiating. Just like when we play poker, if I know what you're holding, I can place my bet. Make sense? Now, the mortgage is really easy, Angel. All you need to know, dude, is how much they owe, right? How much they owe in the house, and your offer just needs to be higher. That's all it is, man. So let's just say if they owe $100,000 on the property. If you need to get under contract for 105, there you go, bro. The seller walks away with 5,000. You market this up to 130, and you walk away with a 25K. It's simple as that. And you don't pay the mortgage. The title companies pay for everything. So here's what's going to happen, bro. The buyer, let's say you found the buyer for 130. Seller owes 100,000. You and the seller agrees of 105. The buyer is going to bring the $100,000 to the title company, okay, TC, to the title company at closing. Out of that 130, dude, 100,000 or 105. Oh yeah, so 105 is going to go to the seller. Okay, 100,000 is going to go. It's going to go to pay off that house, and then the seller's going to get their 5,000, and then the leftover, which is a 25,000, dude, that goes to you. Simple as that. Okay. The CEO woke up to a third deal in 2 days today, Khang. Wholesale to million, y'all. Printing money. Dude, the CEO. Let's go, bro. Hey, dude, let me invite you onto a quick chat, bro. Are you cool? Like, are you down with that? So if I'm going to post a link here, let's see if I can invite you to, dude, I'm going to post a link here, dude. I love to bring you on because, everybody hears me out there doing deals, making money. But when you can hear from other people, which I post a ton of content of my students, dude, getting deal close and they're making 25, like Alex, I just did a video with him. He makes $45,000 in 4 months. He just got started. All right, bro. I post a link there, dude. Just click on the link, turn on the camera, come and join me, baby. Dude, I love to talk about your third deal, man. Are there any fees involved with the title company? Typically, Ray, sorry if I mispronounced your name, but yeah. So the title company, dude, will take care of all the fees, and all the fees will be paid by the buyer. The buyer pays for everything. Okay. Hope that answers your questions. So I'm waiting for the CEO to jump on, man. How much time we got? Joshua said, I've been watching you for a while. Pat. What up, player?
Hey, what up, Khang?
Dude, hey, bro. Thank you so much for taking time to jump on and do this, dude.
Dude, thank you, man. What a treat.
Bro,
wow.
So where are you based out of?
I live in Connecticut.
Connecticut, okay.
But I wholesale nationwide.
Damn,
I mostly do dispo. Yeah, that's been the best move, honestly. Yeah. Switched to a nationwide model 2 months ago, and nice. I started diving into pay per lead.
Okay. Nice,
I did a little bit of direct to agent, and that lasted about a week. I was direct to seller before, and I got an Arkansas deal, a 6-bedroom. Okay. 6-bedroom, 1 bath, weird combo.
What?
Yeah, but the ARV is horrible out there.
Okay.
It is built in 1919. Okay. But
I love to talk about deals, man.
But it's a 1,875 square foot house.
Well, wait, bro. Dude, this guy is either Mexican or Asian.
You'd think
no. Dude, bro.
You'd think they did something weird. It turns out all they did was finish the attic. So it's like a Cape Codder. Like the walls come down like a triangle in the attic.
Bro, I can't imagine, dude. 6-bedroom, 1,800 square feet with
1 bath,
bro.
Yep.
Dude, that bathroom, bro, is going to be a lineup to that bathroom, dude, bro. It's like a busy concert, bro.
Literally.
So hey, bro. So Pat, let's talk about the number, man. So what's the ARV on it?
So ARV is low. I just comped it. It was really hard to comp. I had to go a lot further out,
Sure.
than the normal half mile or mile.
Sure, it happens.
And its ARV is like 100,000.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I
And,
got it locked up. I got it locked up at 85, but
okay.
and 100,000 is top dollar for such an old house. I reached out to one buyer before I put
Yeah.
together a marketing package and dispo it,
Right.
but that's my first taste of Arkansas. So
Yeah, dude. So wait. Okay, so ARV is 100,000. You got under contract for 85,000.
Yep.
Okay. And what's the rehab, bro?
It's actually 80% remodeled completely.
Whoa.
It's empty, ready to go.
Right.
So
But it will still need.
it truthfully doesn't need anything. It's interesting position to be in. It doesn't need anything. It's turnkey, but if you wanted, you could finish it that extra 20% of the way.
Okay.
But you won't get any more money for rent, and you won't get any more money to selling it.
Weird. Okay, dude. So Pat, I want to know, dude, is how much can I get in rent? Because this is not going to work for a house flipper.
So fair market rents for a 4-bedroom, you can't find anything for a 6-bedroom, 1-bath.
Right.
Is $999.
So $1,000.
Yep. So it hits the 1% rule, which we only find nowadays in the Midwest.
Right. So okay. So hold on a second, Pat. So your goal is that you got under contract for 85,000. How much are you looking to make on this guy?
I'm superstitious, so I don't want to say.
Yeah.
I'm
hear
thankful,
you, bro.
I'm thankful for whatever, though.
Sure. I hear
Whatever.
you. Dude. So
whatever gets me to a red Ferrari one day.
Absolutely, bro. I hear you, man. I mean, so the thing is, like, with the rent here, dude, I mean, the only thing that I think it makes sense is someone will come in will buy this as a landlord. Like, they're going to buy it, they're going to hold it, they're going to rent it out. Because obviously for a flipper, it's not going to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I can also look at this where instead of renting it out to a family, what if you rent out per bedroom? So maybe you can get more in rent. So how much can you rent out per bedroom in Arkansas?
Ooh. If you were to pad split it,
yeah,
you could make a lot of money, but it's in the middle of nowhere. That's the problem with these pay-per-lead deals. There's nothing around it. So there's a train station near it, but if there was a college or anything.
Wait, okay. Hold on a second, Pat. My next question to you is, how much does the seller owe, or is it free and clear?
It is free and clear.
Nice. Okay. And what is the seller motivation?
Honestly, it was a FISBO. No strong motivation, and I was reached out to by a close family friend.
Okay. So Pat, basically, let me say this. Okay. So in my area, let's just say if you rent out the 6-bedroom to a family, maybe you only get, like, let's just say $1,500 a month. But if you rent out per bedroom, so in my area, you can rent out, depend on where you're at, but I would say $600 to $700 per bedroom. So even if we go $600 per bedroom times 6.
Oh, that's $3,600.
Yeah, that's $3,600. Now it makes more sense, right? So now the cash flow is a lot more. So instead of bringing, let's just say, instead of bringing $2,000 or even $3,000 a month renting out to a family, now you can get up to $3,600.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely.
Now,
it's good you're touching. It's good you're touching on that, because a lot of people don't even think about that.
Correct. So which means that for those of you who understand, like, so typically there are investors that will buy like in the college area. Like they love the college campus. Why? Dude, college kid, man, they will live, all they need is a place to eat, a shower, and a place to sleep. They will live in whatever condition, man. So for these investors, they would buy these houses, run down, barely goes in there, put like lipstick on the pig, and they would rent out per bedroom, and they would get way more rent. So they increase their cash flow by a lot. And they would hold that, and they would hold that junk for the next, 15 plus years. Boom. If they buy it for $500K, dude, while they get the cash flow, 15 years later, that probably is going to worth like $1 million because real estate double in every 15 years. But so right now, Pat, my question to you is, have you found a buyer for this deal yet? Or do you need help?
Nope. I've only reached out to one. I've only given one guy 1 day head start. I reached out to one serious landlord in Arkansas.
Got it. So Pat, here's the strategy, man. If I were you, I'm gonna go with this strategy. All right, dude, Pat, if you need help finding the buyer, bro, I put the email right there. You can email it over to my VA. They'll help, dude. My VA helps so many people have found buyer for their deal. But here's what I'm gonna do for you, Pat. So right now, you know that the seller owes zero. Like a lot of you need to understand the game so you can get better at playing the game. So the good thing about this deal, bro, is that even though the ARV is not looking good, all right, and you got under contract, okay, for $85K, it's not looking good, right? But the key thing that I like about this deal, dude, is that the seller owes nothing, which means let's just say you got under contract for $85,000, you send it out to your buyer, and your buyer said, dude, that's too high, right? That's too high.
Yep,
all you need to ask your buyer is what would they pay for. So let's just say they'll come in, they'll be like, dude, $85,000 is too high. I need to be at $60,000. Well, now you got a buyer that is ready to close at $60,000, dude. Then you just need to go, since you know that the seller owed nothing on the property, dude, all you need to do is go back, renegotiate with the seller and say, hey, there's a lot of issue with this property.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a renegotiation later this evening.
Oh, correct. And all you need to do is, but before you renegotiate, dude, Pat, I highly recommend that you have a buyer in place, a buyer that say, hey, come out there. They already look at the property. They're just ready to go. So when you renegotiate with the seller, instead of you don't know if you can find a buyer for it still or not. When you got a buyer that tells you, hey, I'm ready to close this thing, man, in the next 15 days, and I need to be at $60,000, now you can go back to the seller with confidence and say, hey, dude, there's a lot of issue with this property. I don't care who you sell to, but you're gonna run into the exact same problem as us. But what's nice about us is that we already inspect the property, right? We're ready to go. We're ready to close in 15 days. Unfortunately, we can't do it for $85,000, and I would start low. Because since you know they owe nothing, dude, I would be like, but I would go with an odd number. I would go with, hey, but but we were ready to go at $41,257.
Yep. And when they ask where you got it from, just blame it on local comps and deferred maintenance.
Yeah, man. Yeah, right. and the thing is, when you offer them an odd number, right, it actually throws them off because it makes them feel like you have done your numbers. Maybe right?
Absolutely. Right? It works.
Correct. So you calculate all the rehab and everything like that. You give them an odd number. So what you want to do is you want to start low. So that way they're like, no, there's no way I can accept that. Now you have room to move. So you can always go up and be like, hey, well, you can do this. What if you do 50,000? Then you still be able to make a $10,000 spread. And that's how you renegotiate and turn something like this, a no deal, into a deal again.
Absolutely. So, it's funny you just wrote 50 because that's where I'm hoping to land.
Nice, man. Pat, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for jumping on, dude.
Thank you. Hey, how's your mom doing, brother? My mom went through the same exact thing as your mom.
Oh, dude, thank you so much for asking, bro. Mom is doing really good, bro. The only thing she has is obviously, I guess it's dementia or Alzheimer's. So if you tell her something, she'll forget it in the next 15 to 20 minutes.
My mother's starting to watch the same episodes of her TV show. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
She had her stroke 5 years ago.
Oh, dang.
Yep. But she bounced back great, and she
Yeah.
she met my girlfriend that used to live with us,
Okay.
and she thought she was meeting her for the first time. So
Yeah.
that's when we knew that she had lost
Yeah.
some of her memory. But now, 5 years later, the dementia is setting in, and we're
Bro,
actually just about to get that diagnosis.
man, Pat, I mean, like, dude, I'm so grateful. Dude, I mean, like, it's truly a miracle how my mom recovered, because
Mm-hmm.
we really thought, dude, that she was going to be gone. And
Yeah.
if she, and the doctor said if she ever recover, she might lose, like she might not be able to move. So, dude,
Wow.
we were so worried, man. But, dude, my mom recovered like a champ.
She looked
And
great she looked great in one of the videos you had, man.
thank
She
you,
looked
bro.
great. She looked strong. She looked
Yeah, man,
beautiful.
dude. Yeah, dude, Ray. My mom has always been a serious woman. So
Mm-hmm.
me and my mom, we never get into the car and do car karaoke. My mom and I never just dance out of the blue,
Mm-hmm.
Like, so now, dude, like, I look at this dude as almost like a blessing in disguise. Because now I get, like, my mom and I are never as close as we are today. Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
like I would take my mom for like so I come and visit her like at least once a day to go meet her. And every single time when she see me, she's like her reaction, like she have never seen me in months.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
Ray.
beautiful.
Hey, Ray. I don't know if you saw that movie 50 First Dates. The 51st Date by I can't Adam Sandler with
Oh,
Drew Barrymore.
yeah.
Bro,
It's a classic.
dude, that is my mom. Like
Oh,
so I would take her for a walk around the neighborhood. She always ask me the same question, like, "Hey, Khang, so what do you do?" I would always tell her the same story
oh,
over and over and over again. And yeah, man. I mean,
man.
yeah, but Ray, thank you so much for asking, and I'm glad that your mom is also doing good, bro.
Hey, thank you very much, bro. You made my whole month bringing me up, man. Thank you.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you so much, man. Ray, I wish your mom just continued to be healthy, man, and getting better and better each day. But oh man, my mom is just doing great. So thank you so much, dude. I mean, not a lot of people, when I start to put out content on social media, you get a lot of negative, but you also get positive feedback as well. So thank you so much, man. I'm curious to know the wholesale fee you gonna get. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about like just by looking at this, I mean, he's in a very, very low budget market. So typically if you're in a market where the ARV is like 100 to like 150,000 like this, your average assignment fee is probably going to be between $10,000 to $15,000. I mean, that's not bad if you just do one of those a month. I appreciate each and every single one of you that are here with me. I hope you like this episode. Until next time, take care. And let's go get this money. Whew, done.